In learning data analysis with Excel, it is important for you to have a good grasp of a lot of the Excel functions. Okay, so there are some other functions we still haven't touched. Initially, I indicated the fact that there are a number of ways to handle sum with Excel. There is still the count function, max, mean, average, and count A. Yes, the count A function. All right, so briefly in this class, we would try out all of these functions. First, let's work with sum. Initially, when we tried out addition, we simply did equal to, and then we tapped a cell and another cell, and it gave us a value. If we bring our cursor to this sigma sign here, the drop-down arrow beside it, click on it, and you would see sum. All right? Click on it. Click on sum, and we'll see that automatically it highlights everything on our total sales, including the empty cell. So whenever we want to use this method, ensure to highlight the entire columns or rows or inputs you want to add together. So highlight it and click on enter. And now we have our total sale value here. The next function we want to look at is count. We want to know how many inputs we have on our total sales. To do that, we can come here and select count numbers, or as usual, we use the equal to count and use the count over here. Whichever way you want to do, it's fine and works the same. So we'll be highlighting all of our inputs in total sales. Ensure they are numbers. Whatever you are counting has to be numerals. All right, then click on enter, and we can see that we have 31 inputs. Briefly, we will look at max. Same method, same style, equal to max function, and you select max right here, or you come to this corner here, click the drop down arrow and choose max. All right. And it's trying to highlight some numbers. Of course, that's not what we want to find the max. We'll highlight everything on our total sales and click on enter. And it's giving us our maximum total sales. Let's quickly do same for mean. Either we use equal to mean and double click on mean, or we use this corner right here. Same method, double click on mean. All right, it highlighted some values, and that's not what we are trying to look for. So we'll scroll up and highlight everything on total sales. So it returns our minimum sales, which is 1,000. For average, we would also do equal to average and double click on average, or we'll come up here, click on the drop down arrow and select average. And highlight all the value on total sales. So it gives us our average sales. All right, it has given us a value for average sales. Now quickly, let's go into count A. Now you ask, what's the difference between count and count A? Count is able to count only numbers, but count A counts text values and number values. Text values and number values. So to run count A, I would quickly input equal to count A, double click on it, and highlights my sales rep. I want to see how many sales rep I have. Highlight it and click on enter. And it has given me a value for sales rep. Maybe I could rename this total sales rep using count A. All right. To make sure all of my text show, I would use the wrap text. And voila. Finally, in my average, I would like to reduce these numbers to the 2 decimal place. I will bring my cursor right to this corner under the number uh the number corner of my home tab. I'll click the arrow that indicates backward to decrease decimal. I'll click on that until I have 2 decimal place. And there we have it. We have just touched on sum, count, max, mean, average, and count A. See you in the next class as we touch more functions.